In this month's business article, we talk about workplace pointers, and here to help me discuss this topic is Simon. Welcome, Simon.
Thank you, Brandon. This is actually my first time on Advanced Insights, so I'm kind of excited.
That's true, but you are no stranger to Advanced. People can hear you on the radio, and actually you led this particular program, right?
That's right. So I've been spending a lot of time with this topic recently.
Well, Simon, in that case, tell us what is meant by psychological safety. The article mentions this. I don't think I've really ever heard this term before. What does it mean?
Well, psychological safety is really a very key idea in this topic, and it's an interesting term because usually when we're talking about safety, we're talking about physical safety,
Right.
keeping yourself healthy, keeping your body safe from harm. But when we talk about psychological safety, we're talking about keeping your mental health safe, your feelings and your thoughts and your ideas. And that's really the focus of this idea of creating a workplace that is safe.
Right. And the point is really to have your voice heard, and they're not talking about are you speaking loud enough, but what do we mean when we say your voice is being heard?
Well, that too is one of the main ideas they sort of present in this article. The idea of having your voice heard can be confusing because, of course, when you're speaking, people hear you. But the difference here really is between words like hear and listen.
Yeah.
And the idea is when you're having your voice heard, people are really listening to what you're saying. They're taking your input and maybe using it so you can see an effect that you are having by speaking and contributing.
And some people in the workplace, they feel that their voice will not be heard. Maybe they are afraid to speak up. So how do you think this affects the workplace if people maybe are discouraged from having their voices heard?
Now, that was actually a tough topic that the panelists discussed off the air with the radio program. Because one of the things they don't talk about too much in the article is this idea that some jobs require input from workers and other jobs don't require as much input.
Sure.
So one of the things the panelists talked about was this idea that sometimes workers, particularly lower level workers, don't understand the big picture of what is happening. But at the same time, when people are working more as professionals and they're sort of skilled workers and professionals, you want those people to be able to really believe in and take ownership over the things they're doing. And to do that, they have to feel like their ideas are part of the process.
That's right. You want to make sure that when you go into the workplace, people are going to listen. And I think one thing is, well, if people aren't giving their ideas, you may not hear one of the best ideas, right?
Well, that's right. I mean, you pay skilled employees because you want their best. You don't pay them just to sort of be quiet and do what you tell them to do, at least not in an ideal, healthy workplace setting.
Really good. Well, thanks for joining us for this Insight segment, Simon, and thank all of you for joining us as well. Be sure to check out this month's business article for more information about these topics. And on day 2, we also talk about master salespeople. Check out the article for all the details.